Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends from all over the world tuning in. My name is Liv, and I am back today with what will most likely be our 100th GASPAR kill. And after that, we'll see, do we get the gloves or not? Who knows? But we're gonna get them tonight for the 100th time, that's for sure. So I wish you welcome, let's have a good time. And for now I think we can just start, because I managed to gather some stability this morning for one kill only, kill 99, and afterwards we'll get it up to 100, hopefully in the stream. So welcome everyone. I managed to post a YouTube video yesterday. Actually it went quite well. However, I've noticed that my microphone that I use for YouTube videos, I use an external camera, so not the webcam for YouTube videos. And the microphone is a shotgun microphone, which is attached to the camera. And the microphone is kind of far off from the camera, so I've done YouTube videos in the past. Some of them quite elaborate, like a video going through the entire story of BioShock. That was my favorite one. And my voice never sounded really well, because a shotgun mic is supposed to kind of sit closer to you. I don't want to have the microphone in the actual scene of the video. So I've ordered like a stand to put it on that, and hopefully afterwards it will be better, because even I notice it. Okay, I made the video and I can say, yeah, it's great because I did it. But while the visuals are very good, the audio is not up to par, in my opinion. So then I need to find a solution for that. Wow. Hopefully this guy, yeah, he doesn't do a lot of damage, so it doesn't really matter. This Monolith doesn't have a lot of plus health and damage or something like that modifiers. So it's quite tame. The modifiers aren't that great, but it also affects our item rarity, of course. It is what it is. We'll have to make do with what we have here. I do hope that yeah, so he sometimes spawns the void in the center, and then you have to run to the edge, but of course come back after the circles in the center go away. Otherwise you'll die. But with these modifiers we don't care a lot about the damage. I can just stand in the whirlwinds, nothing happens, it's all good. Okay, so you can just carry on with 100th kill as soon as possible. Update the info here. And yeah, lots of fun, lots of fun. That's what Last Epoch is all about, you know. So let's just continue and get some more stability. I'm sure we'll get enough stability in an hour and a half. the duration of the daily stream for today. Yeah, actually tomorrow I'm going to have a visit from a technician from Telecom, and we'll install more stable internet connection for this place. It only happened once when I did like a very long stream on one of my days off on a Monday to actually get disconnected from the stream, but that was enough to actually get mobilized and to try to avoid something like that in the future, especially when the stream will have more viewers, because yeah, it's just a problem if you get disconnected from the stream, and you get disconnected as well, and we don't want that. We want to avoid it. So yeah, some issues with the shotgun microphone from the external camera, and trying to solve the internet connection dilemma. Keeping myself busy. And yeah, actually it's getting serious in game now because we are reaching 100 kills. I'm actually curious how much longer it will take to actually get the drop as well, because this is just getting ridiculous. So once I get the Ravenous Void gloves, I'm actually going to fill you in on the numbers, how long it took, how many kills, how many hours of game time, because yeah, even if it's a very good item, I'm starting to wonder if it's worth my time and your time, guys. But I'm not the one to give up. I'm actually quite hard-headed guy like that. I keep going no matter what. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We're keeping ourselves busy. Watch some Diablo 4 like gameplay videos and all that. Game's looking good, but we'll have to see closer to release. Hopefully they get it right at least once every 20 years when it comes to Diablo games. But it would really be a shame. But until then, keeping ourselves busy with Plastic Pop, which is a very nice game. Quite finished state, if not very polished. And regarding the performance and all those issues, the game is developed in Unity, so I'm not expecting wonders, because Unity is not a game, is not an engine for fast-paced, loot-driven ARPGs or hack-and-slash RPGs like Plastic Pop tries to be. So yeah, technical issues are, from my point of view, severe, and keep even me from playing or enjoying the game at times, because these frame rate drops, especially when I'm casting a static orb on like more than 10 mobs, it is just ridiculous. And I'm playing the game on medium details. I'm not playing it on extreme, ultra, whatever extra. Yeah. On a quite powerful computer, 2080 Super i9 processor, 69 gigs of RAM, so yeah, look at that frame rate drop. 30 frames when I cast a static orb on, what was it, 10 mobs. That's how you come to appreciate Diablo 2 Resurrected and even Diablo 3, which at least don't have these performance issues. Kind of ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is. It's what we get to play right now, and not promises for the future, I guess. Other promised games for the future which do not exist yet. What we have now is Last Epoch. How have you been, guys? Tell me everything. How are you today on this lovely Tuesday? Some of you waking up, some of you having your lunch break almost, and yeah, myself, Feierabend, evening after work, depressed. My colleagues from work are organizing a board games evening, but of course I couldn't join, as you know me, I keep to my schedule. Of course the board game evening would have been online, so not very fun, but it is what it is. I'm not a very big fan of board games myself, but you know, I try to keep up. If yeah, it's something you do, I guess, and many people enjoy them. I guess it depends on the game. I just haven't found one to really like yet, I guess. That's all. I know there was like a Game of Thrones board game, something similar. I think that would be interesting. Like trail and all that good stuff. But I don't think anyone has it. And how can you actually play, let's say, more complex board games over video conference like Microsoft Teams? I don't think that's even possible, so maybe you can just play something really simple and a bit more elaborate card game, I guess. What's my critical strike chance? 70%. It used to be 74, so yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't think this ring is very good, to be honest. I think I had something better before. Also with a bit increased critical strike chance. I think this ring is really not what we want, what we'll go for the long run. Actually, do remember me. When I get out of here, I'll switch rings back because okay, this type of map also has a lot of mobs, but I'm not doing a lot of damage. I'm just 1023% increased lightning damage. Wow, that's something. Running out of mana, and yeah, because of the critical strike avoidance modifier, of course. So not the kind of modifier you want to take in an arena, and that's why I died before. Oh, it's actually this way. Okay. Sure. Sure, let's do these guys as well. And the frame rate is just so bad, especially in this map with a lot of mobs. I'm not enjoying it, playing it at 30-40 frame rates per second, seriously. That is what it is. Can we actually just put the settings on like very low? Let's see what happens now. Because seriously, I'm just sick and tired of this. No, so still, instead of 40 frames per second, I get 45 frames per second. So if this is performance improvement, I don't know what to call it. Because this is not improved performance at all. So let's try and switch those rings, because I'm not sure what it was, but I shouldn't have only 70% spell critical strike chance. So I think we've fucked that up with changing the rings between them. But I know I put the other ring here in a separate spot. Yeah, critical strike avoidance and critical strike chance 40%. So I think I'm just going to replace it with this one. And then we have 74%. Yeah, so I think that's better. What did that other one have? Had a bit more intelligence, like 1 point. Yeah, increased mana regeneration and a bit more health. But I don't know what to say. I think we can keep them like this for now. This is the one with the arena or not? No, this one was with the arena. So we can actually keep going in this direction to the right, because at the bottom we've reached the edge, and you can see we've explored quite a lot here, but we managed to use this node, this very special node, the Vessel of Memory, and we kind of resetted everything here, so we can do them again. So we don't need to reset the web anytime soon. It'll keep us going through Gaspar Kill 100, maybe 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus. And yeah, after we get to, excuse me, after we get to Gaspar Kill number 150, I'll actually start asking some questions also around, because I don't find this normal. I'm showing my commitment to kill Gaspar 150 times. At the highest item rarity I can, 557 corruption. And if those buffs still don't drop, then yeah, I think I'll just file this in as a bug. Seriously. Because yeah, I'll have all the evidence I want. This I'm streaming everything. But it gets kind of frustrating, to be honest. So which way is the escape? Ah, we just went past it. Yeah, you can just feel that critical strike avoidance modifier, because yeah, it's just I'll probably die now. So yeah, good for me. Nice. Yeah, so we'll just have to do it again. Since that's the way we want to go. Guess it doesn't even matter if I die 10 more times, because Who cares, right? So increased health. High health enemies take 50% less damage and 35% critical strike avoidance. No wonder I'm running out of mana at every mob. Let's just go slower. But each mob encounter is an actual boss battle in itself. And we don't want to get too big packs because we just don't have the damage or the mana to actually take them with these kind of modifiers. What you can do in this case is go slow. As long as they do not outnumber you, then it's almost impossible to die. Great, now we have scarabs, have a lot of HP and modifiers like revives after 2 seconds or summons the twin at half health. It's just what we need with those modifiers. Yeah, here we go. Revives after 2 seconds. The ones that say familiar are the ones that revive after 2 seconds. This one also will revive after 2 seconds. I'm actually out of mana. I'm running out of mana at every mob pack just because they go down so fast. Here he is, he's back. So not the best mod combination, but as long as we pace ourselves, we don't hurry, and we don't get too many mobs on our back, then yeah, it's okay. And you can see this critical strike avoidance mob modifier actually affecting my character as well, because my character crits less often, and then it's more difficult for me to regain my health because I use the prison wraps, and prison wraps leech health but only when you crit. So most of the time I don't crit because of this. Wow, so I've explored all this part of the map for nothing because the boss is actually the other way. The last train has the most convoluted maps and map templates ever. Could have just went this way, save us the trouble. Ah, 2 scarabs, that's great. Yeah, so actually I don't get to regenerate my health. Ah, more health. That's exactly what we needed from a scarab. I do not regenerate my health because I crit almost never with this modifier, and this is why I'm avoiding it at all costs normally. But I took it earlier because we've reset it, the nodes, and I couldn't go back in the web without going through a node that had this modifier, and now I'm stuck with it. I'm actually wondering for how many echoes still. Yeah, so the scarab of the ox just has a lot of health. Briefly gains damage when hit. Wonderful. Increase critical strike chance. Adaptive spell damage. What can I put on it? spell damage. You just put a glyph of despair on it. If it works, it works. If not, not. Okay, good. And we can pull lightning, just to be sure. Lightning damage. That's what we want to have on. Right, lightning damage. Is it? Increased lightning damage. And not critical strike multiplier, that's for sure. So let's see. Lightning damage. Let's max it out. 0 forging potential. Okay. Then never mind. Goodbye. Thanks for playing. We either max out that lightning damage or we don't care about critical strike chance or whatever else that one gives us. We can't even max out the lightning damage because it runs out of forging potential, then it's a shit one we don't need. How many scarabs? 1, 2, 3. Come on. I only have mana for one anyway. And I need to recharge for next one. Oh great, boss is here. Wonderful. So yeah, just run out of the spell area. And hopefully we can get him down today. Normally I just kill him in 3 hits. And look how long this takes now. Oh, 5,000 gold in one go. Okay, so goodbye. And let's see actually how long that 35% critical strike avoidance modifier still lasts, because this affects our progress and we actually want to do GASPAR again today. Okay, so it's gone, finally. Great, let's carry on. Shred armor on hit, great. 59% increase movement speed and damage. I'll just go with the shred armor on hit one. Increased minion physical damage. That like good? I guess if you're a Necromancer with a skeletal army and you stay with those melee and ranged skeletons. I know that the Acolyte starts with only sword skeletons and archer skeletons. You actually need to put skill points in to get skeletal mages, and or they also have something like skeletal rogues or something like that. Some ninja skeletons that throw shurikens and all that good stuff. It's pretty fun. That Necromancer video we saw together yesterday evening, pretty good as well for Diablo 4, I mean. And I had a lot of fun playing the Necromancer in Diablo 3, that's for sure. Actually how I started my YouTube channel, just playing through the season 19, I think it was, end of 2019. With the Necromancer, because I just bought the expansion pack and I wanted to try out a class, and I was actually surprised. I don't even remember what I went with, but I think it was a skeletal army. Skeletal army. I had to watch my old videos now, but I wasn't streaming back then, because when I'm grey and old, Which I'm not still. Just watch back and reminisce how young I used to be. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to see how Diablo 4 will be shaping up. And if they don't exaggerate with in-game purchases and pushing pay to win on you, or making you pay for the progression, then just now I'm gonna jump on it. Consider that I started my YouTube channel to record my gameplay for Diablo 3, so yeah. Can't imagine I'm expecting Diablo 4 like the next guy. And at least from a gameplay standpoint, presentation looks, it will have no equal. It will have no equal, that's for sure. What I'm mostly interested in is game longevity, replayability, yeah. And just charge whatever you want for the game up front, guys. Blizzard, just don't push in-game purchases for people who are not interested in cosmetics or whatever. If the game is good and you can progress in it without paying additional money, then sure, you'll make your money out of cosmetics. Because people will see that you finally started to care about your player base, about your user base, and yeah, they'll give something back, be included. I don't just make us pay for progression and stuff like that, because we'll see it's not difficult to identify a sleazy salesman, and no matter how good the game is, making people pay for progression or whatever quality of life convenience items, as they are called in the Asian market, is not the way to go, especially not with Western players. Just want to have your main user base in China, as it seems like is what we want, also with Diablo Immortal. Then yeah, go ahead and do the same thing with Diablo 4, and maybe you'll get your money at first from people who pay up front, because it's pay to play game, right? And but then nobody will ever play, and the so-called Blizzard reputation, if there's still such a thing, will be affected even more, is what I foresee. So it's a fine balance. I know everybody needs money, everybody's gotta eat, but it's a difference between covering development and marketing costs and just being greedy. Just being greedy because Blizzard has, or used to have, a lot of fans who are ready to shell out more and more cash for you. Blizzard kind of got into a mindset where they thought they can just exploit and milk their player base ad infinitum, ad nauseam. Doesn't matter what game they release, doesn't matter how good that game actually is. And the way you just abandoned Diablo 3 like that, it's just sad. And I think it's kind of the same with Heroes of the Storm, where there were like a lot of people who were playing Heroes of the Storm professionally, and one day they just got told, listen, we're pulling the plug on Heroes of the Storm. So good morning, common hours, my friend. Still an early riser, or got up a bit later today? Oh, it's Tuesday already, man. For some reason I was thinking it's closer to Friday. And you know what they say? Nothing fucks up my Friday like realizing it's only Tuesday. So yeah, that's how I am. I'm good. Tomorrow we'll hopefully change the internet connection. The technician will come and make the connection. So hopefully the internet won't drop anymore. And yesterday I made a YouTube video and I actually realized that the microphone I'm using for the external camera for my YouTube channel is kind of far away, so my voice could sound better on those videos actually. So I'll put the microphone, the external microphone is like a shotgun microphone. I guess you know what that is. It's a unidirectional microphone like this. And I'll put it on a boom stand, just to kind of stand upwards from me. I just hate making YouTube videos and the microphone to appear in the shot. So yeah, keeping myself busy basically. Just, you know, doing this and that and the other. Slowly building up the laborious empire on like social media and of course the two main pillars, YouTube and Twitch. It's a nice hobby, I love it. I'm glad I get to do it, and yeah. What about you? Got up a bit later today than usual? Because I know you, when you actually wake up early, you're here right when the stream starts, coffee in hand. I guess today you stayed in bed for longer. I get mornings like that all the time. And yeah, I gotta wake up and go to work. Well, going to work, or my commute, let's say, involves getting out of bed, going to the bathroom, brushing my teeth, and then just sitting or standing at the desk. So it's, my commute is like really 20-30 paces. That's about it. I can do it in my underwear. Yeah, I feel you. The apartment I'm living in, the sun rises on the side that our windows point to. So the sun rises at 6 a.m. here. These are the longest day of the year, of course. The summer solstice is coming. And the sun rises at 6 a.m. and it's kind of hard to get back to sleep. Just because there's a lot of light, and it also gets hot, you know. I have like a face mask or something like that, a sleep mask to use, but I kind of wake up at 6 a.m. just because the sun shines, and I can't really go back to sleep. It's kind of science, you know. I've seen like in a documentary that sunlight itself triggers some chemical reactions in the human body. So there are some chemicals in the brain that kind of tell you to wake up if the sun shines on your face. And even though I could sleep for, I guess, 2 more hours since 6 a.m., I can't really go back to sleep. So I either get some very solid drapes, like, you know, vampire type drapes, sleep all day long, or yeah, just forget about it. So how is your Tuesday common hours, or a bit too early to know yet? Because for me, yeah, Tuesday is closing. It's nearing an end, so I kind of know how my Tuesday was. It wasn't a bad Tuesday, I must say. Even though Tuesdays don't really have any feeling for me, so it's like Friday has a feeling, Sunday has a feeling, Monday has a feeling. But usually Monday, even if it was Monday and of course I'm streaming after work, Mondays I still have a bit more energy. But Tuesday evenings I start to realize, man, it's a long road to Friday. I start to realize ever so slowly that the week is long. Mondays I still have a bit of energy left from the weekends. But Tuesday, man, shit gets real. And I was actually ranting earlier about the game performance, frame rate. I actually put the game on very low and I still have the same frame rate, so like 45 frame rates in something slums. So it's a desert map with lots of mobs, and if I get more than 10 mobs I had like 45 frames per second medium, which I normally play medium detail. And if I cast static orb on them, it's a chain reaction, so they all get electrocuted and then the frame rate drops to 30. And I tried to put the detail settings from medium to very low, and it was basically the same thing. So instead of 45 frames I had 47, 46, and when I cast the static orb it was like 44, 45 instead of 40 frames. So yeah, I'm actually doubting they'll be able to improve the performance much for this game. And they'll just say, hey, why don't you buy a GTX 3080, because yeah, it's been released two years ago. What are you doing? And that, my friends, is how people upgrade their computers and buy whatever else Nvidia releases every 2 years. Just because some games suffer from poor optimization, and I get it, optimization takes a long while, takes a lot of the developer's time, and that costs money, right? So everybody just wants to make money, make a quick buck, and release poorly optimized games. Yeah, we can't get around this, so we'll have to do it again. So in the end, for a game like Last Epoch, yeah, whoever's gonna want to play it, if the game is not optimized by now in summer, they're not gonna do much in half a year. The best performing ARPGs. My audio is cutting in and out. Let's test it out a bit more. Maybe it's my sound filters. Maybe it's my sound filters or something like that. Do let me know. So I have rewatched my stream from yesterday and the audio didn't seem to cut out. So maybe it's just something else. Maybe it's something on my other screen which maybe affects my performance. Let me just check something here as well. Is it still cutting out? I'm just talking gibberish, just so I can talk constantly, so that you can let me know, guys, if my audio is cutting out. By audio, do you actually mean both the game sound, music, and my voice, or only my voice? Because if it's only my voice, then it's probably the sound filters I configured on my microphone. But if I'm looking at the mixer here, it seems to be okay. So it's either the bandwidth itself, which I don't have any issues with. The bitrate is good. Or it's my microphone settings. So music and audio. Actually, this might have to do with the internet connection I currently have. But if you're having issues in hearing me well, or if I get my audio cut again, just let me know. We'll change the internet connection tomorrow, but this doesn't justify the internet quality dropping today. Thank you very much for letting me know. So I suppose that issue is solved now. The thing is, I was also Twitch has like a streamer dashboard, yeah, and I was keeping it on my third monitor, open with the video as well. And the thing is that I used to be allowed to select the bitrate myself, so to see the video in lower quality, the one in the dashboard, and not in 1080p as I'm streaming. But now the only option is 1080p, the resolution I'm streaming in, or just auto, and auto doesn't lower the bitrate enough, and it affects, I guess, my performance. Yeah, but if it was your connection, I would say that the video would have been stuttering as well. You know what I mean? I stream in about 4.5 megabytes per second, just because I know not everyone has stellar internet connections, and I don't either, to be honest, here in Germany, so I can't really stream in a higher quality. So if your download supports anything above 50 megabits per second, you divide that by 8, and it's like 6 megabytes per second. Then you should be good. It shouldn't be your connection. But if at any time it is your connection, then the video would stutter as well. You would get buffering. So I don't think it was your connection actually, but from my side everything seemed to be kosher, so just let me know if that issue pops up again, because of course we want to actually stream high quality stuff here and not something that gets people annoyed and away from the stream, right? And anyone else on the stream, you can just let me know if my audio is cutting in and out. Because if it was the game sound and the music sound as well, might have been a performance issue on my side, which has been resolved. Oh no, Crowded Plateau, okay. I always get scared when I see this map because I think it's a ruined city. And the ruined city is just the most convoluted map, full of dead ends. So easy echo objectives, at least, just killing some bosses. And thank God we don't have that 45% critical strike avoidance modifier, because that's something I'm always trying to avoid. As you could see earlier, I couldn't even regenerate my health because I was critting significantly less often, and I was just running with 800 HP, something like that around. My man, Common Hours, thank you for letting me know. You are the only one I can trust in this cold world. in this cold dark world called the Last Ruin, closing into Gaspar kill number 100. And I've said it before and I'll say it again for you guys. We'll do Gaspar until we get 150 kills. And if the Ravenous Void gloves still don't drop, I guess I'll just write to Last Epoch on Discord and tell them, listen, watch the entire stream, I've been kosher. The guys have been plagued by my obsession for those gloves. You can see I tried and tried and tried, increased item rarity, increased corruption, got the blessing. What else do you want me to do? Is it a bug or are you just toying with my emotions? It might be possible that they've nerfed the drop rate for the Ravenous Void even further. I don't know. Maybe the item was too OP and they didn't want everyone to get it. But at the end, when we reach 150 Gaspar kills, if I still don't have the gloves, I'll let you know like the details. You know, how many kills, how many hours it actually took, because gathering the stability every time you kill the boss once is a pain. And after 150 kills, we'll move on. Either another build or yeah, probably another build, because at that point I'll probably burn out with this mage, with this sorcerer, and yeah, we'll try something else. But honestly, guys, 50 Gaspar kills, I guess we can go for about a maximum of 10 per week. A maximum of 10 Gaspar kills per week. But that would still mean until August. And in August I'll be on holiday for a week, so yeah, until the end of summer, that's for sure. We'll be here, I'll be here with Gaspar stuff and trying to get Ravenous Void on my character. Just so you know what the short-term plan is for the stream. And of course, I usually put a stream highlight every day on YouTube as well, on my YouTube channel, and I try to keep it at one video a day. Some people are actually watching that, so I'm trying to put like highlights where I don't know, we talk about something, common hours, like different topics or anything like that, or just an interesting boss fight. And yeah, this is actually my my YouTube channel, and you can see there's a video about why China is so important for Blizzard right now. Yeah, I made like a little video about Blizzard's relationship to China and why it's very important for them to launch Diablo Immortal on the Chinese market. Or yeah, as I see it. And visually the video went, I think turned out pretty good, but you can see the audio, my voice is like I'm talking from the bottom of a barrel, you know, and this is because I use an external camera, so not my webcam, for YouTube videos. And I have a shotgun mic mounted on top of it, but of course the camera is not like in my face, in my mouth, it's like behind my desk, let's say. And yeah, that shotgun mic was like at a distance of about 1.5 meters, which is, I don't even know, 5 feet or something like that, 5 feet distance, when the distance should be more like 15 inches, something like that, so 30 to 40 centimeters. So I'll have to actually put that microphone on a stand and do something about it in order to improve the voice on future YouTube videos, because I'd like to do more. I like to do more. Sometimes I find myself writing a little script for the YouTube videos. But most of the content on YouTube right now is stream highlights, which are unscripted, so the type of live conversations we normally have here on the stream. which is something that people actually watch. So I actually see people watching or returning to watch some of that content, and of course makes me very happy to see that, especially the content that has to do with Lusty Fog and the game itself, like boss fights or different talks about the game, are actually have the highest views or something like that. But yeah, my channel doesn't even have 100 subscribers yet, so it's just very small, and we're growing. But I've only started to actually put content daily, so a video daily. I only started to do that 2 weeks ago. The thing with YouTube is you have to be constant, just like Twitch. You kind of have to add content frequently, or at least for YouTube. If you don't have it like daily, then the production value needs to be really high, man. It has to be like a feature film or something like that. Whoa, man, so many scarabs. I just went ahead like a madman to just take it slower, because I almost died back there. Just another typical laborious fight. This is classic laborious, Classic laborious, like reckless deaths all the time. Just going in, forgetting to pace ourselves, and then dying like a fool. But these scarabs actually hit quite hard. Shred armor on hit. And we also have that increased movement speed and damage modifier. Let's see if we can progress to the right of the web, because I've seen another 45% critical strike avoidance. Even if it's going to be for free echoes, I don't know, it's just... Let's see, actually. Nah, we already went this way. And if we go this way, then we see it goes on with this one. And maybe then what? An Orobis node to the right. So yeah, let's take this critical strike avoidance, one at least, and we'll have time for Gaspar number 100 still for the stream. So there's no hurry, we still have like half an hour left. But I just want to see what's behind door number 3. Basically to see what's behind this echo and the next one. Just so we can establish our web boundaries, let's say. So we know how we can get more stability by just tackling the outermost echoes. Give us more stability, or the most stability we can get, because at corruption level 557, farming stability to get to Gaspar faster should be easier, right? Shouldn't take like an hour. So now we are stuck with this 35% critical strike avoidance modifier again, but only for this echo and 2 more. And once this modifier expires, we'll go to Gaspar again. So any audio issues still? Common hours? Anyone? I guess not. I know you would tell me if there are any issues with that. What kind of internet connection do you have? Just out of curiosity, to see how the other half lives. Because here in Berlin and in Germany in general, internet connections are quite poor. So actually I have an internet connection through a TV cable right now, which is something I haven't seen in Romania for 20 years. Last time I've seen that was 2000 or something. And it's kind of unstable, so the issue is not the connection performance itself, but the instability of it all. It has a lot of packet loss, so the signal quality, you can say, is not good. So I'll replace it with, of course, not optic fiber, because they don't have optic fiber in the area I'm living in, which is quite a central one in Berlin. So I'll replace it with DSL, ADSL internet, something we haven't seen in Romania for 20 years either. So through the phone, and yeah, because of the limitations of the phone line, the hard line, yeah, the hard line, the upload rate is limited, so it won't improve my stream quality, if anything. But at least if it's going to be stable, then I'm happy. So how about your internet connection? What do you have? We've been really slow here with developing the optic fiber infrastructure, which is a shame, really. Like the capital of Germany, let's be honest, it's a European capital. It's a lot of area to cover, but I know how they did it in Romania, and Romania is like a bit chaotic, and Bucharest, there's optic fiber everywhere, but it's just hanging in the air or hanging from poles, you know, power pole. So it's not the best looking. And I'm sure here in Germany they're moving a bit slower with authorizations and all that, just because they want it to be nice, to be underground probably. Oh well, look at that! Another vessel of memory, man. This is actually pretty nice. We're not going to do it just yet. We're going to keep it here, and at some point, so this is the second vessel of memory we get. At some point, when we discover even more maybe of the monolith, we'll just do this again, and we'll reset all the echoes again. So I guess we'll be here for, I don't know, until GASPAR kill 110, I don't know, for the rest of the week, that's for sure. So let's just do this one really quickly, because it's in unenraged, 72% increased item rarity, and it also lasts for 6 echoes. And then see if we need any extra item rarity and go for GASPAR. Yeah, hardline, yeah, exactly. This is what I'm replacing my connection with as well. The problem with the hardline is that, yeah, it's very stable, and that's my main that was my main gripe with the other connection. But the upload rate is kind of limited, so I won't be able to stream in maybe a bit more quality or with less skipped frames, I suppose. So yeah, usually if you're having buffering on Twitch, it doesn't affect only the sound, it would affect the video as well. The video would stutter, you would get frozen frames or video buffering. But I think it's okay. And actually, even if I had optic fiber or something like that, I probably wouldn't raise the streaming bitrate too high, so I wouldn't raise the quality or the amount of data that I stream every second, because that would put a lot of pressure on the viewer's connection for download. You know, some people just start the stream to hear the streamer talk or whatever, and yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on your download bandwidth if I would increase the quality. So right now I think we're good, even on a hardline. It's not very demanding, let's say. And yeah, higher quality videos are on YouTube. In Romania it was a bit different, and at least in Bucharest, the capital city, they have optic fiber everywhere. Just because there was something happening at the beginning of the 2000s. I guess on the fringes of legality, but it's what everybody did. People wanted better internet connection than dial-up, so we were living in apartment blocks, 10 stories high apartment blocks, like, you know, communist apartment blocks. And so a lot of people living together in kind of close proximity. So what they would do is, for every neighborhood, private people, so private just got limited liability company and LLC going, and they contracted optic fiber pipeline from the providers, and back then it was prohibitively expensive, especially since they contracted the pipeline with a lot of bandwidth, and of course the provider would then build the entire connection for the city to that point in that neighborhood, and then that private person would then sell the internet. You know, you got a receipt, you got an invoice and everything monthly to physical persons, so to other private people who were living in that area, and they would just drag a LAN cable, so a network cable, to the apartment of that person, and everybody was connected to the same optic fiber pipeline basically. But yeah, and it was cheapish, let's say. And once that you know, the glory days of the neighborhood networks, as we call them, the neighborhood networks, once the heydays were kind of gone, nobody needed them anymore because internet got cheap. The internet, the optic fiber infrastructure remained, yeah, and now everybody has optic fiber one way or another close to their apartment block where they live. It's more difficult if you live in a house, of course, but if you live in an apartment block in any of the neighborhoods in Bucharest, you get optic fiber, and it's like cheap. It's like €8 per month, or it was when I left Romania. So, and €8 per month download of 1 gigabit per second, so 1000 megabits per second, if you can imagine. And the upload rate also through the roof. So yeah, that's nirvana. But that was only possible because in the early 20s some people were doing these things with just contracting one single optic fiber pipeline and dividing it between 100 200 people. And in the network neighborhood, let's say, where I was starting to notice 2004 2003 even some performance hits, because of course we got greedy and we were connecting too many people at the same pipeline, which didn't get a higher bandwidth, right? And not only the connection was pretty bad, so I started to get slower download and upload speeds. But I remember at that time, so it must have been 2005, I was playing World of Warcraft and I was getting disconnected from the game. So not only the bandwidth, the upload and download rates were lower, but also it got more and more unstable. And I'm that kind of customer that just a very difficult customer when it comes to my internet connection. I'm usually a nice guy, quite flexible, but when it comes to my internet connection, just bang my fist on the table, and yeah, I'm my way or the highway now. And that's the time I got disconnected from them and just contracted some other type of internet connection. Not sure if it was optic fiber or TV cable at that time, 2005. I don't know, 16 years ago, man. Can't believe it. I'm that old. I am that old. Used to be in high school, man. No, actually, I finished high school. 2005 was... I was in the first year in university or what you would call college. Yeah. Strapping young lad. And look at me now. Potion used. Come on, man. Why did you have to... Oh shit. That's not good. That's not good. Sometimes it spawns those void circles in the center. And sometimes it spawns them like around the center. Oh, so we still have the critical strike avoidance modifier on it. We got greedy because I saw the 480% item rarity. So I thought, yeah, it's now or never. I've seen like 3 or 4 of the modifiers being available only for one more echo, and I said, let's go for it. That's what you get for being greedy. Unless you're Blizzard, then you get away with it. Sorry for hitting on Blizzard, for, you know, just picking on Blizzard all the time. But I would say, yeah, I hope they redeem themselves with Diablo 4, but I've gotten a bit jaded and I don't have a lot of hope. I'd like to say 1 year from now, man, Diablo 4 is like, finally, we're back. But we'll just have to see. Just a bit mad at them at the moment, but of course they don't care about me. They don't know I exist. And it's for the best, I guess. So... well, I think this is the third time he spawns the void, so we're that slow in killing him. Gloves. Well, we'll just update the information first. 100 Elder GASPAR kills, my friends. It's right here in writing. We are witnessing history. And the gloves are, of course, the sacrificial embrace. Good stuff, guys. Thank you for playing. Let's take this one and increase sprite damage. So, I'm telling you now, guys, we are at 100 other GASPAR kills. We'll do 50 more. 50 more will take another month or so, because you see how hard it is to get the stability back. If we get to 150 kills and we still don't get the gloves, then we move on to something else. I start another class. And yeah. And even if Diablo 4 is a great game, it's not only about making the game great, but actually not saddling it with monetization for anything. If they put any kind of monetization on progression, yeah, on items, even if they don't call it gear and it's actually gems which make up 80% of the gear's power or anything like that, then even if the game is great, you won't be able to play it until except if you pay, and it's not a free to play game, so it's a pay to play game still, because you're going to pay full premium price for it. So yeah, my friend, I know. Imagine how I feel. Imagine how I feel. Let's actually watch the playtime. Let's... Hopefully we don't die. Let's actually watch the playtime. I have currently... Because I know exactly how long I played the... I guess I have to log in. Oh yeah, now they'll send me a code per email. I'm trying to log into Steam. Of course, everybody cares about my privacy and security. They're gonna send me a code per email, which is not here. Now it's here. And let's log in. Submit. Let's actually see here. This is just my wish list. But even if I would buy anything from it, I don't think I would have the time to play it. I'm just keeping stuff in my wish list, and if it's, you know, cheapish, I might consider buying it. I have like 800 games I bought over the years, just at like a fraction of the price. It's because both Steam and GOG have been so generous. The sales. Yeah, so 222 hours on record. So I've been doing this since 150 hours, more or less. So 70 hours. My god. About 70 hours, of course. Not always grinding Gaspar, but yeah. Give or take 60 hours just to get 100 Gaspar kills. So 150 kills, yeah, around 100 hours of game time. Because what takes the most time is, of course, farming the stability for each and every boss kill. And that's how I got to 222 hours played already. About 60 hours, I think, of actual game time just for getting to the 100th Gaspar kill. So when we get 150, we're just gonna do Gaspar mostly for the rest of the summer. But of course, you see, we talk about various things here, and the game is just running in the background, so it's nothing too extreme. Many people don't even watch the stream, they just play their own game and tune in to hear the streamer talk, be it me or someone else. Well, this is what we're gonna do, and when we get 150, we'll need to cut our losses and realize that sometimes you have to cut your losses and you have to give up. What kind of wand is this? Increase spell necrotic damage, increase curse damage, fire damage. But then why does it have chance to shock on hit? Probably for a Necromancer, but necrotic damage, fire damage, and chance to shock on hit, which is also the exalted ethics. I don't really get it, but hey. And tonight went a little bit faster, and we were able to do Gaspar twice because I woke up very early, even for my standards, and if I wake up very early, I don't just start working right away, because I don't have to. My schedule starts later, and then I had some time, like an hour or so, to gather some stability. Of course, I don't do Gaspar off screen, guys, but it would be ironic for the Ravenous Void to drop when I'm doing this off screen, of course. If it drops, it will drop live on the stream. And yeah, so I managed to get like 900-ish stability this morning, 950 stability. I got it this morning already, and I just kept it for the stream this evening, because otherwise we would have done Gaspar only once the entire stream. Yeah, what I'm afraid of is that they won't focus on performance again. They just say they are focusing on performance because it's a good thing to say. Something like, we care a lot, you know? But performance optimization is hard and developers do it gladly, but managers and stakeholders in the company want the game to be released. It's the same thing each time, every time. This game shouldn't require more than a 1070 GeForce GTX 1070. It should require more than that, but because it's poorly optimized and made on an engine that is not suitable for games like this, namely in Unity, it's what you get. So and yeah, the worst thing is that even if I put it on very low, details, graphic details, I just get like 2-3 frames per second on top, which is ridiculous. Yeah, for me it happens when I shoot the static orb at like 6, 7, 10 mobs, and then the electrocute effect spreads, and yeah, frame rate just drops in half, so from 60 drops to 30, and the most issues are as soon as more than 10 mobs are on the screen. So yeah, I don't think they'll fix that too soon, and it's a shame really, because I'm not going to upgrade for this game, not when the game is poorly optimized like this. I have a 2080 Super, so really sorry, but I'm not upgrading every 2 years just because some developers, and it's not even the developers' fault, just because some overreaching managers or stakeholders want to rush out a game to be released. Oh no, the game is not ready to be released this year. I'm sure they'll run into some issues bigger than they can chew, with multiplayer as well. Multiplayer issues, performance issues. They'll need time to fix that, so hopefully 11-hour games and now Tencent gives them that time. Not really sure what they negotiated with Tencent, but Tencent is the majority stakeholder now. They don't seem to be rushing grinding their games into releasing PoE 2 though, so that's good. I guess we don't care a lot because Tencent is a massive company. They make a lot of money and they don't necessarily overly rely on the Western companies they bought for their revenue. We're just making investments for the future. What kind of graphics card do you have? 3760 Titan. Well, yeah, exactly. So it's just as good as my 2080 Super, I guess. I like to make like these little comparisons, like GTX 2080 Super versus 2060 Titan. I think it's on GPU user benchmark. Yeah, exactly. So both of them are like desktop grade. What should I understand from this? Yeah, they're exactly the same. So the 3060 Titan is like the 2080 Super. See, the Super is like, they say like 4% more performance. It's the same thing basically. So we have more or less the same graphics card, or a performant graphics card capable of enough performance in games, and I'm telling you, to be honest, I don't have issues like this with Path of Exile. I know we've had talks about this before, also with Curiosity and about Path of Exile performance, but I wasn't getting this kind of performance in Path of Exile with this graphics card. So no, it's not comparable. And of course, in Path of Exile you have millions of mobs on your screen. It could. I'm streaming in 60 frames per second because normally I don't get 40 frames per second just because my frame rate is higher than that. But I play in 60 frames per second when I'm streaming, right? So that you don't get any screen stuttering or anything like that, screen tearing. Because I played Path of Exile before on a 60 Hz screen, and yeah, you should, if you could, get the 144 Hz one. They're really cheap nowadays, and then you would get more frames. But in this game, forget about it. In this game, the frame rate, I limit my frame rate upwards to 130. My monitor is at 240 Hz refresh rate, yeah. I limit my frame rate to 130, and it's either 140 frames, like when you're walking around town, or it's 60 or below, or 90 or something like that. So the frame rate is not stable. The frame rate drops whenever the screen gets cluttered with mouse. So no, don't upgrade your monitor just because it causes issues in Last Epoch. No, Last Epoch is just a poorly optimized game, let's say, performance-wise. Yeah, 75 Hz. Okay. The game has a frame rate monitor, I think, too. So something, I don't know. Gameplay. Display damage numbers, health bars. Screen shake mode, flash. Graphics here. Display mode, monitor. Streamer mode. Show shadow. I used to have an option to show frame rates as well. I just show frame rates. I use a screen capture software, and I can just I just have a hotkey to display frame rates or not, so I know at all times what kind of frame rates I have. So maybe just use a free tool, but I think Last Epoch also has in its menu the option to turn FPS or frame rates per second monitor on, just so you can see exactly how many frames you have. Because yeah, maybe even let the developers, let the Level Power Games know on Discord, because this is kind of an issue. Yeah, just send the video over on Discord. Are you on 11 Power Games Discord? Because you'll find it on the website, and they're very active over there. Even developers, even like Mike and Kane, the community manager. And just post that video over there. Just send them the file, or just post it somewhere on Dropbox, you know, for them to download. Because the more people actually tell them about real performance issues, especially on modern systems, 3060 Titan or whatever, the more they will probably start to realize that they cannot release the game in this state, and they need to work on optimizing the performance for this after all. I would advise you to go over on their Discord and let them know, send them the video. Yeah, but that's just PR talk. That's what everybody says. That's what Grinding Games was saying as well. And in that case, I used this computer to play Path of Exile and I had no issues, of course. But imagine that there were people with older computers playing Path of Exile, maybe computers from 3-4 years ago. They said the same thing, but they weren't doing anything really for the older systems. So they were just expecting people to spend money out of their own pocket to upgrade. So I wouldn't take what they say about optimizing performance very seriously, because optimizing performance costs a lot of time, developer time, which translates into money. And no company wants to spend time on optimizing their games. They just want to release them and yeah, just put the blame on the players, on the users. Expect them to get more up-to-date hardware out of their own money. Oh, look at that, guys. It's 7 p.m. Our time together is nearing its end, but only for the day. Tomorrow we're going to be again together. Yeah, well, Chris from Grinding Games, Chris Wilson is his name, I think. He is kind of a douche. Sometimes he's kind of a douchebag. I guess that's just his charm. It's just his way of being blunt about everything. But that gives you an idea what Chris Wilson said, what our developers think as well. So yeah. My friend, Commoners, will see each other tomorrow. I hope you have a great start of your day, and yeah, don't fuck your day up thinking it's Friday and then realizing it's only Tuesday like I did. We'll see each other tomorrow. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Everyone else, have a good night, my friends. I greet you from my stand-up desk. Ooh, my back's starting to hurt now. See you, my friends. Bye. She said